demand is dependent on what? Demanding light or remaining in that state?
It must sufficiently be baked, and there must be a sufficient will coming from within. These two things, when combined together, then this wall can be broken.
What is this baking like? Must be sufficiently baked.
As I said, Agni has been put into this inconscience. And Agni is heat. So by the warmth that is imparted to the inconscience, this baking process takes place. I am using the word baking only for the sake of analogy. It is also the word used in the Veda. Therefore I am using that word. Because the Veda says that you must bake your jar. That is to say, they say that the body should be sufficiently baked. Now the question that you have raised is the precise question on which I want to concentrate. On what now depends whereby the error in which we get fixed, we decide that this error now we want to remove. On what will it depend? As long as we do not try to come out of it, error becomes falsehood. As long as it is groping, error is good, error is error. But when you refuse to come out of the error, when you don't want to remove the error, then it becomes falsehood. And this is the evil. The precise location of evil exists lies here. What we call evil is only this. If somebody makes an error, it's not an evil thing. He is groping, making experiments. But having made the error, one fixes it and justifies it and wants to remain only there and does not want to budge out of it. Then that state we call falsehood. And what we call sin, what we call evil, is only this.
It would mean it would be a willful.
Willful, exactly. Because of the inconscious law which has been imposed there, that unless there is a will in it, unless it says, I want to be delivered, the light will not impose itself upon it. This is the part of the game for a special reason, that unless sufficient baking takes place, this will not happen. So now therefore the solution of it is very easy to understand now. We were told by other philosophies, don't ask this question. There is no answer to this question. You are suffering, you just want to take out, and I shall cure you. Fine. But unless you know the real sting of the problem, maybe the remedy that is given is not complete remedy. It may be a remedy, but not a complete remedy. That is why when it was said, you have Vidya, which is a remedy, but Upanishad says that if you go to Vidya, it is greater darkness into which you enter. Upanishad says so. We are normally told that you attain to Vidya, then you will be free from all trouble. But Upanishad says that if you have only Vidya, then it will not be correct for you, because then you will go into greater darkness. If you remain in avidya, then also there is darkness. Even that is not a solution. The solution is to know precisely this point where you are, where both the things have to be known, where error has to be understood as the pathfinder of the truth. Error is not to be rejected out, saying that, well, it has no place. In this emerging movement, error is the pathfinder of the truth. So you salute error if error takes place. Only when you begin to insist upon the error and refuse to budge from it, that is the point, and that is where the problem lies. And that is where we all are now. We are all in a state of error. And considering the purpose that is in view, up till now nothing has happened which is wrong. God is not at all shy of all that has happened. He is not irresponsible for anything. He has deliberately done all this, allowed all this. Now, to make the inconscient agree, to make a consent, without imposing upon it, this is the whole point, without imposing upon it, 3 or 4 things can be done. First of all, you can allow the inconscient to experience itself. Allow the falsehood to experience its own consequences. Until a point is reached when the falsehood, having seen the consequence, says, please, now I don't want it. There is one method. The second method is that the Agni, which is within every one of us, which has been planted from above, as it were, if Agni can be strengthened, and this can be strengthened in 3 ways. One is through Shruti. The individual who is groping can be told, he hears that there is Agni in you. Awaken it. Then the individual may strengthen the Agni. This can be further strengthened by knowing the exact method of strengthening Agni. Not only Shruti that there is Agni in you, strengthen it, but if you know the real method of strengthening Agni, then you can be further strengthened. It can become much more strong. Or third is, the divine so chooses that the right moment has come for it, and he decides, and Agni becomes powerful, begins to flame out, under the pressure of which the inconscience begins to feel the baking sufficiently well and says, all right, I accept, I consent. All these methods are Vedic methods. The Veda itself reveals these methods. The whole Veda is written only for this purpose. Therefore, Veda is called Shruti first of all. It is the Shruti. It is the first of all you are told that look, this is the secret of all this here. Then the Veda gives you the Vidhi, the method. We say that Veda is full of Vidhis. Various methods, procedures are given. Outwardly, it is a procedure of making a sacrifice, lighting the fire, outer fire. Actually, all this knowledge is the knowledge of inner fire. But to people who are ignorant, it is given in the form of external fire, so that a message can be sent saying that you ignite the fire, and then so many procedures are given, how to ignite it. So many methods are given, procedures, long procedures. Really speaking, all these procedures are inner procedures. A real Vidhi is there, internal Vidhi, which is Yoga Shastra, the Shastra of Yoga. So Veda is actually the Yoga Shastra, internally speaking. It's not only Vidhi Shastra of outer sacrifice, but it is the Vidhi Shastra by which yoga is practiced systematically, methodically.